Arresting reporters at a protest is an affront to the First Amendment. These have to be the stupidest motherfuckers in all the land. They arrested a black news reporter on live TV covering the violence sparked by the outrage when a black man was killed, murdered, in police custody. Edit, thank you for the awards, kind strangers. Officer that arrested Omar Jimenez said, I was just following orders. Now where have I heard that before? The First Amendment is having quite a week. I can't wait to see anyone try up defend this arrest. Police may not prevent journalists from covering protests if the journalists are in a place where the public is allowed, and they are not disrupting or interfering with law enforcement. Simply being near a protest or other newsworthy event is not a crime, the Reporters Committee for Freedom of the Press states in its guide to covering protests. This is what fascists do. What kind of country did I wake up to this morning? Edit, please read the reply below me to understand how we got to the point where police arrest journalists covering protests on live television. And now the police department are brazenly lying about what happened, pretending they didn't know they were media members when the crew clearly showed their credentials. https://mndps_msp/status/12663385805905966909949 s=21. Despite this, Jimenez was taken into custody along with producer Bill Kirkos and photojournalist Leonel Mendez. Wonder if they'd been taken in if they'd been an all-white crew from Faux News. For all of you in fascist denial, you are about to be severely educated. The more I think about it, the more I sympathize with the people who are rioting. They protest police violence, and are met with police violence. What the fuck are they supposed to do? Behave like good little inferiors, and take it up the ass from a government that has clearly fucking thrown them overboard? Why should they respect the rule of law when the rule of law does everything it can to fuck them over? Now they're arresting the reporters that are exposing their malignant shit. Fuck these fascist little p-worms. Edit, grammar. 3+ years of calling CNN fake news culminates in this. Surprised it's taken this long, tbh. The first has become inconvenient for the authoritarians. It will suffer the same gutting that the fourth did. Only the second is untouchable, until it isn't either. Literally on camera, arrested for nothing, after willing to comply with whatever was asked and not getting a response. Do you guys understand why this is an issue now? Cops in America are arresting people for absolutely no reason whatsoever. No more excuses, i.e. what was he doing, he has a criminal past, he wrote a bad check, etc. This exact thing is why the city is burning down. Something needs to change. Let's not forget that Trump is now begging Congress to overturn Section 230 of the CDA, a law that was put in place to protect our First Amendment. That's the entire purpose of the law, and Trump wants it removed because he can't take fact-checking on Twitter. Where are all the right-wing gun-toting protesters now talking about tyranny and authoritarianism? Oh right, tyranny against blacks, liberals, MSM, so they are okay with that brand of authoritarianism. My mind goes directly to the revolution will not be televised, brother. https://www. youtube.com/watch, v=qnjfuowgxg, https://www. youtube.com/watch, v=qnjfuowgxg. Arresting a young, black reporter from CNN while ignoring other white reporters in the same area is just dumping gas on the fire. The Constitution no longer matters. Newsflash, cops can do whatever they want because they are above the law, and in the event they get in trouble it is the taxpayer who pays the cops fines. Here in the Twin Cities, every local channel has several reporters out in these areas. None are being arrested. This CNN reporter was singled out for a reason. It's like they don't see a race riot around them. Just business as usual, arresting black people, something to do while they wait for them to announce the acquittal, I guess. Despite everything, when people were saying that the US were turning into a banana republic, I kind of rolled my eyes and thought it a clear exaggeration. Now, I'm not so sure anymore. Trump's base must love this though. The ability to arbitrarily arrest oppositional voices must be a wet dream to them. I posted this exact same comment a few weeks ago, and really can't think of anything further to add at this stage. I'm astonished at the way this country is heading. The United States are dangling on the edge of a precipice. If they can't find a way of getting some brain cells into an enormous segment of their population, I really can't see how this country will go anywhere other than backwards at light speed. Most loud Americans, led by their half-wit POTUS, are an embarrassment to the rest of the species. For a country that used to mean something, they have gone down the drain in the last 20 or so years. Get an education, you dullards, stop shooting each other, or allow police officers to strangle black people openly on the streets. Stop thinking it's all God's plan, or maybe just stop procreating. For fuck's sake, stop the fucking racism and stop this cavalcade of ignorance and intolerance. WTF. Time for reforming the police. And Trump wants to add the military on domestic soil. So, let me get this straight. Reporter arrested for reporting on a riot induced by 4 POSX police officers murdering a man in broad daylight, but the murderers have not been arrested? WTF. I know it will be taxpayers eating the bill, but I don't care at this point. I hope CNN sues the hell out of the state police. Hitting them in the pocketbook is the only thing these clowns will understand. Not sure how to do it, Ianal, but I'd love to see the arresting officers named in a civil suit paying millions of dollars too. I support cops, I have a few in my family, and they hate clowns like these. All the shitty cops make things infinitely worse for good cops who make good decisions. This is exactly what Trump wants. Cops arresting reporters. This is his rhetoric, these are generally his fans, and this is the United States they've forced on you. When a white nationalist drove a car into a crowd of people, killing Heather Heyer, in Charlottesville, Trump didn't call them thugs or promise to send in the National Guard to shoot them. Neo-Nazi, very fine people. People protesting after a black man was killed, thugs. What not to do when riots are happening. Arrest reporters live. Why is the "Don't Tread on Me" crowd so silent about all this? This is what fascism looks like. This is tyranny. This is the exact kind of shit our Constitution says we should fight against. USA, you are in a dark fucking place. Boiling a frog. People have been warning about the fascist/right-wing authoritarian tendencies of Trump and his supporters for years. But every time people say it is an exaggeration, yet little by little we are getting there. 8 years ago, could you even fathom what is going on now? A president trying to censor social media? And if Trump wins again, where do you think we'll be in 4 years? He's always wanted this power. Shit's gonna go from 0 to 100 real fucking quick, especially with threats to shoot protesters in Minneapolis. Holy shit, he's gonna start a second civil war. As special as people think the First Amendment makes America, the fact of the matter is we only have the 45th freest press in the world. https://rsf.org/n/ranking. I can't picture this happening to a white reporter. Using a position in elected office to insult, threaten, and deride news media is also an affront to the First Amendment, but apparently no one cares about that. I'm guessing that the guards are calling this a staged event. For those who said we were overreacting calling Trump a fascist, well, here we are. When Americans still think they are much superior to China and think they are free and point to police arresting media and protesters,